I'm going to take their word for it, and hopefully there is a video camera there, so my poor old ute don't get nicked. But I'm going to take a chance and go for a walk, because there's one of the most beautiful creeks on the planet down here. It's humbling. I thought I could fish 20, 25, 30 years ago. I thought I was a good fisherman. And then I started to work this creek properly. And I still haven't stopped learning. Well, that's a relief. I found my other gator. I was getting a bit worried there. I'm superstitious, so it's like one gator probably going to get bit by a snake. Right. Drink, check. Keys, wallet, phone in top. Always zip that up. Okay. Severely overweighted backpack. And a frog with the hook busted on it, just in case I have visitors on my travels. See all those leaves there? Something was munching away here. I don't know what those are, but it's not eucalyptus. Someone will tell me. Oh, maybe it is. Anyway, something's having a good old munch on it. I feel I'm going to see all sorts of animals. This is the place that I come down years and years and years ago, and I seen this animal and I was too scared to tell everyone what I've seen because they think I was mad. It was like half a dog, half a cat, yellow with white spots. Anyway, one day I was at a national park down near Wiseman's Ferry, and there's a billboard with the native animals, and there it was, a spotted quoll. And then I've been in the swamps further up, and at night you can hear them hunting, and it's so scary. It's just that, because of that shower, that smell of urine in the air, and you know, the amount of animals that you bump as you travel. It's a shame about Lantana in here, because it just makes it a little bit harder to travel country, simply because a lot of detours, you don't want to go busting your way through that stuff. Big kangaroos. They're scary, these roos down here. I talk to them. They're big ones. There was a few 20 years ago. Look, I don't know if you can see down that track. They're left and right of me everywhere. They hold their ground, you gotta watch it. So I sort of don't like to bump them, but let them know I'm here. Oh, there's an eagle getting bashed by little birds. Dang. Come out of the old ADI site. But these just got out of control in National Park. They're remnants. There's black wallaby. I've already seen a black wallaby. There's all sorts of animals in here. Thought I want to roll the camera the whole time, so oh, there might be a, no, what is it? It's an eagle. There he goes. Here he comes. Land. He's landed up there. Hear that noise, mate? I don't know what it is, but it just got bashed up by, there he is up there. There he goes. There he goes, a little bird after it. You know what, I think that's a baby wedgetail. There's another one through there. Look. Coming around, come up. Here he comes, he's right towards us. What's, no, that's not an eagle. Oh, he's just got hammered. I'm pretty sure they're not eagles now, they've got a pointy beak. I hope that camera got it. I often turn the camera on and off after something like that because I don't want to lose that footage. I had years ago, 20 something years ago, when I first got a digital camera, there was a big goanna here. So I set the tripod up and did the full Steve Irwin, and grabbed him. He was going up the tree, and got home and the camera was on pause. This was an active farm, and the bloke that owned its name was Gordon, same as the guy, old fella down that owned the Broadwater. He died. His son was running it last time I seen it, but I had a funny feeling it's all like there's just no traffic on this road. It's all abandoned. This was an old orange orchard, so every May I used to fish down here. I'd come down and pick the oranges because no one had used, like, actually worked the orchard for 20 years. I actually want to go through there. I want to go through here and find this lagoon, so to see what the signs say. Look at those lines. Oh, cracking lines and then little kangaroos. Right, we're going to go in there. That's all national park. What we'll do is we'll go around this property. There used to be a lot of wild horses on this property. The people that own the property here always had horses, but rabbits. But there was these beautiful wild horses. Now I've got to get to this lagoon. And see, that lantana's made life hard. Oh, you can smell the fox, the rupis, the everything in here. Oh, I smell it. I bet there's koalas in here somewhere. It just smells like. Well, I suppose possums are pissing out of the trees as well. But I suppose if I can tell the trees that are covered with goannas simply because of the claw marks, well, I'd say possums would be similar. Possums, I mean. Well, that too, but koalas would leave some pretty good scratch marks. Oh look, see all of that? That shows an animal's got, yeah, all the way up. See it? All the way up the tree. So there's a possum, a goanna or a koala. It's not a goanna because I can tell they'd really dig in. These are more scratches, see? Just put you down for a sec. See, there's like two there, mark there, mark there. And that follows the same pattern. This scratch, this sideward scratch, you can see it all the way up. Claws. So it could have a koala in it. It smells like urine in around the tree. Or it's just a possum. I mean, I'm not Harry Butler. I'm a bass fisherman. Onward we go. It's just cool, those smells, you know, like have you ever been to the koala park or Feverdale Farm? Look at the reds in those gums. It's got that smell about it. You know, it's funny, I think I just said a minute ago I'm lost, but this is what I've been looking for, is this lagoon. It's the start of the journey normally. What I love about it, listen. It's all frogs. People used to take people down here and they'd want to fish it, and I'm like, no, you're wasting your time. Why? Hear the frogs. It's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 metres above the creek line, which is not far away. It feeds into it. And this is where my old video begins. I hope you're patient with me because I've done this video over 20 years ago, and I didn't realise till I watched it the other day that that's back when I probably was an environmentalist. Right, here we are at a lagoon hole running into a little tidal creek that I fish. Just a couple of great big grey roos jump away as I turn the camera on. We've just had 6 inches of rain. This creek was holding that many fish waiting for the spring rain. I always thought it started when I went to war over fish kills. And what I did find interesting with what I'd filmed back then was I was vlogging. This is too high for the bass to come up into this lagoon, but when it overflows, it's got that much food in it. It's usually better for a summer flood, this area, because the bass is, once they're in the middle of summer, they're not planning on moving anywhere. The bass going through now, trying to get further up. Middle of summer, they'd just be sitting there having a feeding frenzy. Before it was a thing, before YouTube, I was doing these things for no audience. Like, I didn't care. Like, I started doing fishing videos, be the next Rex Hunt, and then I started to come down here and make a lot of mistakes, and then I film my mistakes, and all that footage become a Bible. It wasn't ever meant for anyone to look at, but then I didn't realise, but I was vlogging just as I'm vlogging these days. Isn't that beautiful? Now, platypus come up in here. There's platypus straight down in this creek here, but you don't get bass in here because they're drought proof. They won't get stuck in something that dries up, which that will on a big drought. Oh, magic, magic, magic world. You know, imagine if Sydney had foresight to draw little circles and lines around our wetlands and creeks, and then have you building an infrastructure away from that. The closest thing to this wetlands should be a sports oval. Oh, beautiful. You can't smell what I'm smelling right now, and it's just, I don't care about catching a fish. This was just awesome. And you've got to remember, this is the bit that I love. This is the Aboriginal. Guys, this honestly is the Aboriginal highways. The Aboriginals couldn't have lived before white man. What was that? Couldn't, oh. What was that? We'll go down and have a look. They could not live without these highways. And you can just imagine them sitting here saying to their mates, what was that? Let's go down and have a look. It's definitely an animal, big. Could be an eel, could be a carp. Just full of life, full of life. It's where your turtles, your frogs, it's where everything connects. And over that berm over there, there's a cut through those trees, and over that berm is our creek. There's insects of all sorts around today, so if we didn't just have 6 inches of rain, I'd be fancying my chances. As you can see, these swamp holes are like buckets, so it takes a fair bit of rain to actually make them overflow. Now we've got down here, it's barely had a flow. It's probably been flowing in the peak of the rain, but dropping down pretty well instantaneously. What, 5-6 million people live in Sydney? All my life I've been finding spots like this. It's like, see, that's why there's no bass in here, because that fella there would get at. This is why I'm not a big believer in welcome to country, because I walk the country, I walk the Aboriginal highways. And when I get down here, I always ask permission off the land to walk the land. I don't ask permission off a particular type of people. The Aboriginals, this was their highway, and they were the river keepers. And then you can call it white man, but I call it modernisation. Hasn't allowed us to develop urbanisation without keeping what we've got, which is precious. So I asked permission to walk this land, and I only leave footprints and some of the things you get to see, guys. And I worked out why environmentalists and greenies don't get out as much and protest about these things, and that's because they only walk paths. You know, an elevated path across a mangrove swamp, they'll walk it. But you're not allowed to walk the mangrove swamp, but you can build a path on top of the mangrove. So I know there's no bass in here. I'm not going to show me casting all the way around it. But one of the reasons why I can say I know there's no bass in here is because I've done this so many times and I've still never caught a bass in here. It looks to me like some massive carp in there and they're feeding on glass prawn. So, let's see if we can catch one. Definitely one there. Oh, just as I did that, he showed himself. There he is. Mouth open. Yep. That's what I wanted. I got no drag on this, so... Oh, he's not even putting up a fight. Well, mate, I hate to say it, but there's reasons why you have to take out carp. One of them is bass don't live in this pond, and I was watching it eating native glassies. So, see you later, sayonara bass. And when life gives you lemons, guys, that one didn't fight much, but when life gives you lemons, go carp fishing with lures, because you'll find it's actually pretty full on. I caught that one on a little rubber crab. You'll see heaps of footage of me using this rubber crab. The trouble is I've done over 1,000 videos, so even I can't find the stuff that I talk about. That's the crab. That's the carp. And this is the humanest way I can deal with him. You wouldn't believe it, his anal fin flicked up and stabbed me in the arm. I don't know what it is with me these days. That gouge there, quite deep. There's the anal fin of that carp flicking back up as it cut its throat. Payback, eh? I got one guy that just hates my guts because I kill carp, so he'll love this video. Hear that? That was a king parrot. How cool's that? Here he goes. I have some awesome footage of a flock of black cockatoos flying right down on top of my neighbour's roof. Massive, massive. One of them just, we were sitting there talking, he just landed on the gable above our head. King of the fishes, man. Wouldn't you like all this in your backyard? Because every suburb has a creek run through it. This is what you get with a healthy creek. Well, this isn't even a healthy creek. The other side of this is like a 152-hole golf course, which is a good sign. And the next thing we're after is in the creek. We're after a colour change. Most South Creek and Cat Eye Creek areas like that are just covered in brown, muddy water. This creek here feeds into a swamp. Well, the swamp's 100 times the size of that, so it takes a fair bit of rain for that swamp to actually fill up. When it does fill up, it overflows and they run in, or if the tides are big like they are at the moment, they lift, the fish run in. You know, we've got to find a way in here somewhere. I keep forgetting my track. The landowner here years ago, 20 years ago, made me write letters stating how we've seen platypus and all these endangered little animals down here to try and stop the golf course from taking that last section, but they declared it dead, void of any animals. I think I've already proven that wrong today. Oh, what nasty stuff to walk through, eh? Good day there's no snakes. Well, no, there is snakes. What am I saying? It's a good day that they won't be going nuts. Oh, look at this. Oh. This is the bit I was looking for. Beautiful. Now every other creek in Sydney, well not every other, but a lot of them are brown and mucky. Someone just swam away there by the look of it. This creek's the reverse. It's got that swamp hole, the tide sucks in, with the brown mucky Hawkesbury River colour. And it drains back out with this black clear water. Now we're just on the change of the tide. So conditions are perfect. I'll turn you off because the next bit's even harder than what I've walked through, and put you on a tripod. Okay, I'm set up now. Alright. So this hole here, some nice big snags over the back there. This area's a nice hole with a little overhanging willow there. And a steep bank here, so I'm going to try and pick our first one up today in that. That's what a creek's supposed to look like. You got running tide. I'm going to put a frog on, man. I'm going fishing. It went from an environmentalist video to a fishing video. Just instantly. But anyway, I've got old footage here of the very first bass I ever caught on a worm hook soft plastic. Actually, it's not the very first. The very first was at Hidden Valley, but this is where I learnt soft plastics. And we're away. The heavier, like rubbers, this nylon's okay. It casts fine. Oh, he's on. Come on, footage. Yeah. Soft plastics, they do work. Once again, I don't know if I got it on camera. Have a look at where the rubber is. Now I've used barbs on this for the knockers because it's a brand new lure. I haven't thought to even debarb it. And that's probably the reason why you do debarb it, because it's going to make a lot of damage coming out. But he's just woofed that down, and I worked, as you've seen, I worked probably a dozen plugs through the area. Sorry, I'm not in camera. I worked a dozen plugs through the area, no go. So then I got in tight, ran along the edges and thought I'll give that a go. He's just come up and grabbed me. I know I keep going on and on and on about it, guys, but these really were the Aboriginal highways. And if you have any respect for the First Nation people, you look after their creeks. And you can see up here, this is shelter, that's food, and the lagoon's on the other side and it's food. It wasn't just the Aboriginal highway, it was the Aboriginal supermarket. Just getting out my arsenal, and as I look down, look, these are only the small cicadas, but bigger ones are in the area as well.